On this edition of the news, the reveals from Hasbro today are of a new 6-pack. This one is Phantom Menace, a Jango Fett, which kind of like the Boba Fett in a deluxe box, and a Super Battledroid, which I don't have here, along with the C-3PO with the head on the Battledroid. Lots to talk about, all this and more coming up.
So yeah, just fly them like
around. Yeah,
you thought it was
there was somebody did in one of their videos say about one of the something about the boy Luke.
I know that was
the other Woody, right?
Mike. Usualmike did his review of the book, which was very good, by the way. But yes. I think he obviously just jumped into it and hadn't necessarily read certain parts, because he had a Dengar, I think, and it had a coin offer on it. But the coin offers were random; they were just randomly stuck on existing stock and stuff like that. So it wasn't specific to a card front. And he couldn't understand why he couldn't see his Dengar with the coin offer on the Dengar page. But if you read about that earlier, then you'll understand why.
Yeah, tell Mike to read.
That's right, Salacious Rom. You're in the British Library.
That was Gianni, the author of this brilliant book, Star Wars Toy Guide. Kenner Action Figures, Volume 1. Over 6,000 images in here. If you're interested in one of these, book at red5.co.uk. Check them out. I'll leave a link down below. Also, the figure he was talking about is this one. I mentioned a long time ago, couldn't find it. Yeah, free coin. That was stuck on everything. Awesome. What we have in store for today, more retro collection. Yes, this has been revealed in the past as like a pipeline, and now we find out it's in another one of those boxes again. I'm not too hard up on the boxes, though they are much harder to get in this country. The individual figures in the mainline release are much easier to get. At the moment, Ahsoka is everywhere on the pegs here. But this one, the retro collection, Phantom Menace 6-pack, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Qui-Gon Jinn, Darth Maul, Jar Jar Binks, and a Battledroid, all in the lovely box that they do. I must admit, people say, oh, don't do new media. Well, this isn't new. This is more than 20 years old, so it's old media. Coming in May of 2024 for the low price of $59.99 USD. I gotta say, most of them, I liked Obi-Wan, beardless. Qui-Gon, looking sharp. I like that. Darth Maul, awesome. Jar Jar. You know how people love Jar Jar. I mean, the design of this looks fantastic, but and a Battledroid looking, they usually are. Let's not forget Padme Amidala, looking regal as ever. Apologies for not mentioning her earlier. Very good looking figure. On the box, it has that 6x card back. I haven't seen that on the boxes yet, so that's interesting. The weathering's still on the card backs. Maybe the card stock is a little bit thicker. Will you be picking this up? Interesting. The interesting part was we never saw retro collection from Andor. Went straight to the Phantom Menace. How about that? What else we got to talk about? Jango Fett. Jango Fett. We also got him pipelined, but this is the troubling thing. This is deluxe. Is it? What do you get extra? A flame. Whoa. Wow. The original first version they did in my country of the Boba Fett was $60. $60. So this one, maybe it'll be $50. Maybe it'll come down in price like the other ones have. Fan channel exclusive. It's $24.95 in the United States. Are you out there excited for this Jango? I mean, it's a decent looking figure, don't get me wrong. Deluxe? No. This could have been on a regular vintage card back with maybe an alternate image. Something we haven't seen before. But they've put it in this little cardboard box. So be it. And a 2-pack. Yes, another 2-pack. We sort of knew it was going to be a 2-pack, but this is the interesting one. It's a Super Battledroid and C-3PO. Written on the box, you can see it says C-3PO, in brackets, B1 Battledroid body, obviously C-3PO's head, plus Super Battledroid. Now, a lot of people said, oh, Super Battledroid, that's cool. But if you want to army build this, you have to buy lots of these. Why couldn't they just do it individually? If you do want several Super Battledroids, let's say you want, I don't know, 6. That means you're going to have 6 C-3POs on the B1 Battledroid's body. I can see a lot of these going up on eBay. This one has that sandy wash on it, so you know it's from Attack of the Clones. Maybe they'll bring a squeaky clean one out on its own, but for now, this is coming, possibly in May next year. Price on this I can see being, what, $49.95 US, around about the 100 Aussie dollar-y-do mark, and if numbered, it should be number 4 in the lineup. Army building C-3PO on a Battledroid. Ooh, I don't know if that's going to be a thing. Super Battledroid, however, bing, looks like a winner. A couple of items I've missed because of how busy I've been through the month of December. Let's go back and recap this lovely 4-pack here. The TVC Clone Trooper Phase 2 4-pack, Hasbro Pulse exclusive for March 2024. What have we got? An Ahsoka clone, a lieutenant, and 2 regular dudes. Lovely, lovely. The other one was the Target exclusive Phase 1 Clone Trooper Lieutenant and Clone Trooper. It's going to retail for $44.99 US. I believe it's been listed here in this country for $100 dues, and that's kind of the breaking point for collectors where they're like, I'm out. As soon as you hear about $100 for figures, it's like, no. It gets to a point where it's just too damn expensive. In other news, there's been some panels where people have been able to talk to Hasbro. Not this guy, you know the story. Leaks. Have a listen to what they say about the way you can get the 2 extra characters that didn't come with the Ghosts when you bought the Haslab, and how you're going to go around getting them. Take it away, Jen from Hasbro.
Excellent. This is my first question, like that one. This one is also sent in from some listeners. They wanted to ask about the Sabine and Chopper Haslab Ghost carded figures with the mural, as far as them being planned on being released. And would those who purchase the Haslab Ghost get the first opportunity to purchase? I think we're looking at some purchase anxiety.
Yes. And I don't blame the fans. We tried to mention it at PulseCon earlier this year, but we'll say it again for sure. And actually, we have an update in the sense that that item will go on pre-order early next year in January. So we will stay tuned for more information, but we have our sights set on when we can share those news with our fans about that item. So once we discussed this too, once that item is pre-ordered and announced, there is a limited window to buy into this item. And once you get that item, we build to demand. So any fan that wants it is able to get it. So it is not early release for the Haslab backers, but we also made sure that the Haslab backers that want it are able to get it. There isn't like a sold out quantity.
Yeah, there's no cap on the quantity we're going to put up for pre-sale.
Yeah. So if you want it as a Haslab backer, we want to make sure you can get it. Just definitely buy within that pre-order window that we will announce early next year.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, everyone. There'll be plenty to go around, apparently. Plenty. All right, the Epic Heroes 5 POA stuff. A little bit more information on those. Apparently, I've done a whole video on it right here. They're not officially revealed. That was a leak. That's funny because they're sitting on Entertainment Earth for sale right now. Go and pre-order your Epic Heroes. There are 6 regular ones. So the 6 regular ones are Mando, Vader, Luke, Ahsoka, Grogu, and Stormtrooper. You can get them all together in one big box for $62.99. Roughly works out to be about, $10 a figure. There are the deluxe ones of Sabine and Paz Vizsla. Those are $30.99. Roughly works out to just over $15 per figure. And the talk in those chats that you just saw briefly, Beast and Vehicles are going to be part of that, and this is counted as wave 1. So there's more coming. There's going to be more coming. They're going to, and like I said in my previous video, it doesn't take away from TVC or Black Series. They're just going to pump this out as a kids line, but a lot of us will collect it. A lot of us, because it's 5 POA. I love 5 POA. Oh, for you Aussies out there, looks like they're going to come to Australia around about March for about $16.95 for the individual figures, and probably for the deluxe will be about $21.95 in this country. Awesome. Now, as you can see behind me, woo, stuff. What I want to say is about is Ahsoka figures. I mentioned earlier the Ahsoka retro figures all over the shelf, $25 each. There's 8 in the set, and I'm like, ouch, that's gonna be a lot of money. So I decided to, first time I've gone, nope, pump the brakes. I don't need those retro collection figures. I've got every single, they're in boxes down here by the way, every single one that's ever come out. Let's have a little gander or something. Like, here we go, look at this. Brilliant, that's brilliant. I need more of them in my life. That Boba Fett, woo! Now, you may have seen, if you didn't, in my G.I. Joe video, I showed off something, you know, in the background, because I'm concentrating on collecting droids. And as I said that, the prices went sky high. It happens. Influenced a lot by this line that they brought us. R2-D2, Boba Fett, and C-3PO. Now, that sort of got me on the line of, I want to go. Can you tell the difference in the colors? Look at that. Wow. What also has got me on this collecting bug for the old stuff was the release of the Ewoks figures. They too, I can understand why they've decided to go with those figures. These are quite expensive on the aftermarket. These, if you bought them in the Droids, especially Boba Fett, you're talking thousands on card. Very, very expensive. The rest of the Droids line, kind of pricey, but not out of someone's budget. However, star of the show, because I've pumped the brakes on the Ahsoka stuff, I've got myself Jan Tosh. Oh, that looks terrible. Let's get up nice and close. Now, thinking I've got a bargain, I kind of have and I kind of haven't. There is something missing. A weapon. This has been cracked on the side and the weapon's been stolen out because the weapon actually goes to another character. I believe it is DLT-20A in black, which you've seen before, but you've seen the blue one, which goes with IG-88's original Kenner figure. Not incredibly hard to get a weapon for him, but I am glad I've got my first Droids figure. Awesome. With the lineup, thanks to Cyborg Customs, you remember that he's created some absolutely stellar card backs, and one of them is this, which was based exactly on that one. However, the original figure looked just like this. You can almost mock him together. You just need that very expensive Boba Fett coin. And the other one was a glass leak with that yellow C-3PO would go on there. So just buy another one loose, stick him on there. But I'm having fun collecting droids, and I've also got my eye out for more Ewoks. Funny about the Ewoks line, there was only 6 characters in the lineup, and yet only 2 of them were actual Ewoks. The rest were all those green dudes that live in the forest. Thank you guys once again for joining me on my Star Wars news and collecting journey. If you have any leads for any beta figures out there from the Droids or Ewoks line, let me know in the comments down below. And thank you for joining me. Links to my memberships, merch, and affiliate links are in the description down below. Once the reveals we've talked about today up here on Amazon, I'll have links in my community tab and on Instagram as well. Thanks for joining me, and if you haven't done so already, hit subscribe, tap that little bell for notifications, slap a like on this video if you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time. All the best.